Hi, Alicia. Hey, thank you for hopping on to talk about the Devil Below.
Thank you for having me.
Hey, so what initially attracted you to a horror movie like The Devil Below?
I remember having a meeting with Brad and just really liking the idea of I've never climbed in my life before. So I took a lot of classes for that. I did most of my stunts in that movie. And it was just pushing myself to my limits, because I'm really scared of heights. And that's something that I had to deal with in that movie.
Wow. Have you done a horror movie before this film?
I actually did one in Spain when I was like 19. That was more like a horror kind of like scary, like haunted house kind of thing. I've never worked with like monsters and like creatures.
Wow. So when you worked on something like this, because there is creatures and the creatures are practical effects, how did you want to act against those creatures or those stunt people in a film like this?
Actually, like they were pretty just like with all the VFX and stuff, like they were pretty scary. Like it was like such a weird, costume that really helped us to get into that headspace. And Brad was always helping us, giving us, notes behind camera and stuff. So he was always like, helping us get to those emotions. And he also surprised us, like in few scenes where we didn't know that we were going to see one of them or something. He would just like, throw it in there and it was real.
So what do these creatures look like up close to you? You said they were still kind of scary, or did they kind of look kind of plain?
No, 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 no. They were I don't know if you I actually posted on my Instagram a dance with one of them. And they were really like, I mean, definitely like a something you don't want to be around. You know what I mean? Like it's just so, and even for the people that were inside those costumes, it was hard for them, like to, because it was literally like they just could see, they had like a little hole where they could just, see. And I know it was hard for them to be inside. So it was kind of like a claustrophobic feeling, to be around them.
So when they actually had to chase you, because I can't imagine they could maneuver or move that fast. Do you have to kind of like slow down your acting with them, or did they actually kind of move did kind of fast so to make it more realistic?
I think those scenes where they were coming after me, I just imagined that they were really close to me, but they were actually not. So they couldn't move fast. That costume was heavy. Yeah.
So you mentioned that you've done your own stunts in this film. Why did you enjoy doing your own stunts? Because some of the stunts could be fairly dangerous.
Well, I didn't do like the dangerous ones, but I did do like the ones where I was climbing, rappelling, I did some jumps, like backwards jumps. I don't know. I like pushing myself to the limits and, always with people, like I felt really secure with that team and they gave me a lot of confidence that I could do it. And I think that's why I did it. Like most of the other actors, they did it themselves as well. So I was kind of like, I want to do it too. If they can do it, I can do it too. So I got really scared. I think it was towards the end of the movie where Will Patton is helping me out. I just kind of like freaked out because it was a little bit, I mean, it was high for me. So I kind of had like a meltdown moment there where I was like, oh my God, I can't do this. So I used it into the scene because it was like the end of the movie. I was exhausted. And I think that kind of like also was part of it, the emotional state. So yeah.
So hold on here. That scene, were you actually hanging from a real sinkhole, or I because I thought it was just a hole.
That one was actually, so we had fake sinkholes, but that one was a really high wall. You know what I mean? So I had to be hanging in there. Like I was just there. You know what I mean? Like hanging. So if I looked down, I was like, holy shit, like this is actually high, you know? We did do, like, we filmed in like real caves. So before that scene where he's like helping me out and we're like trying to go, and that was all like a real cave. That was a real cave.
So when you were hanging off of ropes and rappelling, were you actually climbing some of these real caverns, or were you just basically, or is it just movie magic? You're really 2 to 3 feet off the floor.
Well, there were like few of them that were real, but most of them were just like a panel, you know, and like we did with how do you call that, green screen, and you know, so I had to imagine that, you know, they were coming after me and all of this. So we did like half and half.
Wow. So after all this, have you conquered your fears of heights?
You know, the rappelling thing, you know, it's easier for me to go up, but that when I'm down, when I have to rappel, that's actually for me the scariest thing ever. I'm like, how am I gonna, like, you know, like it's just still like, it's been a long time since we filmed that movie. I feel like if I had to do it again, I would be nervous, if I'm honest.
How
Yeah.
how was this expedition to Kentucky to film all of this in the forest and in the caves?
I have great memories about that trip because it was my first time in Kentucky, in Louisville, and we filmed in like this small towns in the middle of nowhere. And the crew and, like, you know, the rest of the crew, they were just so amazing. We had such a, it was like a team, you know, and we went to Nashville. It was my first time as well. And just being in nature, I love being in nature. So for me, it was just such a gift. It was a gift.
When you did you have a chance to explore the caves when the cameras are off? Was it majestic?
Yeah. We actually went into, how do you say that? Like, we had a guide that, you know, took us on a tour inside the cave at night, just going through like the canals and stuff, and it was pretty cool, where we actually filmed in the movie. So we got time also to like enjoy and, you know, go into adventures. We did have a lot of, I don't remember the name of like the big, they were wasps, but they were like really big ones. And I just, for me, that was a point where I was like, hey guys, you need to help me, like, take these guys out from my bedroom. I can't sleep. So we had a lot of fun.
So really it was kind of scary, but it was more beautiful than scary.
It was more beautiful than scary, I'd say. Yeah. We got really lucky to film in those, you know, scenarios. And, you know, most of the times, I mean, we did shoot with the actual creatures, but as I said, like, it was like 50-50. So most of the times it was just us, you know, creating the atmosphere.
Yeah. How did you bond with your castmates? Did you try to bond outside this production?
Oh yeah, we like hit it off like from the first. I remember the first day that we had like we like read the script, all of us, and I actually knew Adan Canto before, and you know, they just, you know, we really like, I don't know, we hit it off, and I just felt like they were my family. You know, that's the magic of a film. That's, you know, like creating those bonds. And like, you know, I'm still in contact with most of them, and with Brad and the producers, and yeah.
Now, how close are you to your character Ariane in this movie? Because she's such a badass.
She is. She's like fearless. I mean, I guess I'm more in contact with my emotions than she is. She's just like a very like, businesswoman, and like she just does, what she has to do, and she's very powerful. I mean, she's very driven, and but I don't know, like, I mean, you've seen the movie, spoiler alert, at the end of the movie, like she just kind of like, I guess she's more powerful than me. Like she's like, I'm gonna go back and fight them again. I'm like, I don't know if I'd do that.
do you do you enjoy playing these type of characters, like very, very strong athletic characters?
Yes, I do, especially when I have scenes where I can also show like different colors, like there's that scene with Adan where she she opens herself a little bit, and she tells him what she's gone through, and like that, I don't like just playing like one color characters where she's just like a badass and that's it. Like there is a reason why she is the way she is, why she's like that. And for her, I think like the fact that she decides like at the end of the movie that she's gonna continue with this, it's like a personal thing to her that she needs to like, conquer. And yeah, it's fun, especially right now, the moment that we're experiencing, and like, the fact that there were 4 boys and a girl, and I'm the one that is leading the expedition. Like that's something that for me, when I read the script, I was like, I want to play those type of roles. I want little girls to watch this movie and be like, oh, like she's a powerful, strong woman. She's just not like, she's not waiting there for her prince to arrive and save her. She's actually saving all of the guys.
Mhm. That is true. You do actually make a good point there.
Yeah. Yeah.
You it sounds like you had such an enjoyable experience in a film like this. Do you want to come back to the horror genre, hopefully in the future?
Hopefully, if I get a script that a character that I'm attracted to, and there's a good story behind, and people that I want to work with, absolutely. I think it's fun. I think, it's just like, I just love the adrenaline, you know what I mean? And like, it's a very fun experience, especially when you have a storyline behind it. It's just not, there's a reason behind it, and yeah, definitely.
So besides heights, does anything else scare you in real life?
Well, yeah, especially heights, and yeah, I would say that's what, like, yeah, that's for me like a biggie. But I'm slowly but surely, I skydived last year, and that
Oh,
was for me. See, like that's what I have in common with Ariane. Like I'm like, okay, this is what scares me. I'm gonna do something about it. You know what I mean? Like, and I just pushed myself, and I jumped off a plane. So I did that. I wouldn't do it again, but I did it.
that is excellent for you, and for you personally yourself, because I know you just started your young career. Are there types of roles that you want to play on your bucket list?
Oh, 100%. I mean, yeah, a lot of them. Um, I'm drawn to like complicated minds, or at least that means to me is like people that I don't understand, so when I get to play them, there's a part of me that actually like I learn from them, because it's something I wouldn't do, it's something that I don't understand, or it's something that it's far, it's like not close to me, so Absolutely, a lot of them. I'm really drawn to like mental, problems and like all this. I'm really I like doing the work to get into those minds and are lately I've been playing a lot of really powerful women. I just did this show for Amazon Seed where she is actually one of the first feminists we have in in Spain in the medieval times, and she was just such a like, she had a mind that was just so different, from the rest in that period of time, so that's what I'm drawn to the most.
Wow.
Yeah.
Excellent. And
Yeah.
and just for people who are curious, because in this film they never really called the creatures anything. What did you guys call it on set?
um
Did you have like
Creatures,
nicknames? Did you
I
just call
guess.
the creatures?
Yeah, I think the creatures, yeah, I think they were just creatures. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Excellent. Well, Alicia, let me leave with one more thought, because the world is coming on this pandemic for the month 12 and 13, and a lot of people are staying at home, but obviously things are starting to open up. But for yourself, how were you staying creative and sane during all this time?
I actually, my friend gave it for like last year when COVID happened. It was my birthday's in April, so that was like the end of March. My friend sent me this book that it's called The Artist Way for my birthday, and that was actually something that really helped me to get me sane, which was doing my lessons every day, writing a lot, meditating, watching movies, and just, taking it day by day, being hopeful, and just positive. That's what I also knew. I was actually, when that happened, was shooting Alician season 2. And I knew when the pandemic was over, I was going to keep working. So that's something that helped me, to look forward to something. So I think in June or July, we actually started in Spain pretty quickly. Like we started shooting, yeah, pretty quickly. So I don't know. We're still like trying to figure it out, and it feels like now it's getting lighter, right? Like it just feels like there's something like, people are getting vaccinated, and at least in Spain there's like like it feels like we're coming to the end of the tunnel,
Yeah, yeah. Hopefully we all recover and everyone could give hugs and kisses again.
Exactly. Especially, people from Spain were just so like cuddly and like, which is I feel like that's one of the things that I miss the most, just being really close to the people that I love, and like, socializing and like, meeting people. But as I said, I feel this is coming to an end. I'm actually starting a new series in 3 weeks, and we're flying to the States. We're like shooting in different locations, and the fact that that's already happening, it just gives me so much hope,
Mhm.
that we're going into a good direction.
Most excellent. Well, Alicia, hey, it's been a pleasure speaking with you. I've taken
Same.
enough of your time, but I hopefully we get to do this again, especially on your future projects.
I hope so. Thank you so much for your time.
Hey, thank you. Appreciate it. Bye now.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.